Limitations sometimes bring out the best in a traveler. Big events in New York meant I couldn't fly into MacArthur Airport like usual. Airports and hotel prices went up a lot, so I changed one thing. Enter New Haven. One airport swap turned a simple, straightforward trip to help family into something completely different. A ferry ride across the Sound, New Haven pizza that I had to put to the test, and Yale University that left me absolutely stunned. The detours you're forced to take often lead you to places you needed to discover. Don't be afraid to change the familiar. That's where the real adventure begins. The best moments of the entire trip, it's not what you think, and it's all coming right up. So you're willing to step outside your comfort zone and see what's possible. Are you ready? Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently flying into Tweed, New Haven Airport. One of the biggest benefits of flying into Tweed Airport in Connecticut is that it's not very big, so it literally took me 10 minutes to go from the airplane to the rental car desk and into my rental car. And I was on my way. Okay, I just arrived off a plane from Charleston. I'm heading to Long Island for the weekend, and I'm in New Haven, which is very strange, but I guess the Ryder Cup is going on in Bethpage, Long Island, so it's actually very crowded. Hotels are full. Rental cars are like twice the price. So I've arrived in New Haven. Heading into New Haven, before checking into my hotel, I'm going to go to one of the famous pizza spots for New Haven pizza. It's so weird. There's these people that keep driving around in circles and getting in this car in front of me. But we are headed to Modern Pizza. I was going to go to Frank Pepe's, but I hear it's kind of... I hear that it's very crowded and popular, which is supposed to be the original. But Modern is also like a close second with Sally's. Come with me, let's go get some pizza. I'm a New Yorker, so you know I'm going to judge it. I haven't figured out what kind I'm going to get. But I'm going to get a small, and I'm just going to have a little taste. Heading to downtown New Haven. Cute houses, kind of older style. And there's some hills here too, which I've never been in New Haven, but I would have thought it would be flat. But it really is hilly here. Kind of old 1950s style homes. Not the nicest area, but looks like it might be changing now. Guy walking across the street in a walker. Nice little park, basketball courts. I'm here waiting to park. Just as I pull in, there's a guy leaving, so it's meant to be. Okay, I'm here. Doesn't look like the greatest part of town, but I guess we're in New Haven, right? I saw something that said, I saw a sign said parking for Modern Pizza only. So I'm gonna go in, taking you with me. Let's go eat some pizza. This is Modern Apizza, legendary New Haven spot, coal-fired oven nearly a century old, perfecting their craft. Can it really compete with New York pizza? Let's find out. All right, so I got a beer and a salad, and waiting for my pizza. I got meatball and ricotta cheese. When in Rome. This is probably my first pizza in like 4 or 5 months. Got a small though, so we're good. Okay, my pizza has arrived. Wow. Looks delicious.
Believe it or not, this is a small pizza, and I was so full on just half of it.
Here we go. Which slice looks best? Let's see this one. Here we go. Cheers.
I do want to point out that this place was pretty busy, but the service was really good. Server was very friendly. He had good recommendations. And overall, this was probably like a 9
that's pretty
out of
good.
10.
I think it needs some cheese. Cheese and peppers. Very hot. Super hot. I'm going to burn my mouth with the cheese hot. Maybe I'll let it cool off and have a drink of beer. Cheers to you. I don't know. This is called a modern classic, this beer, and it's pretty good. A pretty good pizza.
This pizza was absolutely delicious. The crust was crispy and charred. The cheese was flavorful. Everything was hot. So good.
Gonna have to walk this off, to be honest. That was a modern apizza, 1934. It was pretty delicious. They also get points for having a Yankees Budweiser sign. I don't like Budweiser, but man, am I a Yankee fan. I have arrived at my room at the Spring Hill Suites in a new city I've never been to called Milford. Kind of reminds me of Millhouse from The Simpsons. Actually, most of Connecticut does, even though it takes place in Illinois. All right, we're going to give you a quick room tour. Pretty excited about this. It's a pretty decent layout. We'll start right here. When you walk in the door, you have a little kitchenette with coffee, ice bucket, some glasses. You have a nice little wet bar sink under the sink there, and then got the refrigerator, leftover pizza. Okay, and then this doesn't work. I don't know. I tried getting it on. It would have provided good light, but that was not the case. We have a beautiful couch here with like a lounger. I've never seen that before on a couch, but there's like a little lounger so I can hang out there. And then there's a really nice desk, really great lamp, lots of charging spots, nice office chair, welcome note. Really enjoy that. And then there's a TV with a couple of drawers for clothing. And then here's the bed. Here's the bed area. You have a nightstand, a little alarm clock. The remote is right next to the bed. And then you have like a luggage stand and closet with ironing board, extra linens and pillows, some hangers. They do laundry service here at the Spring Hill Suites. And then here's my view right out there. And there's, oh, you can't really see it, rental cars. Rental car is just behind that tree. So quiet area right off of 95. They put me on the back side of the room because I'm a gold status. So I get a better room. And then this is like the sink, very basic sink here. And then this is the shower and toilet. And they have all the soaps and everything. Not bad, pretty good. Nice little room. Even the nightstands have drawers in them. So if you're staying for longer, you would have plenty of room. But yeah, this is not bad. You got a couple tables here and the TV's right here. So you can hang out, watch some television. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy relaxing, maybe take a hot shower. And then in the morning, I'll get some breakfast nice and early, sit up here, watch the morning news. Oh, and there's also a little cabinet up here. A little cabinet for storage with a plug up there. I guess if you had a toaster. And yeah, that's my room. Spring Hill Suites, not bad. Especially because Long Island, for whatever reason, I think it's the Ryder Cup. Is that golf? I don't even know. I think it's golf. Well, all the hotels are like $500 to $700 a night. So I just tried something different. Highly recommend. Flew into Tweed Airport, tiny little airport, just 30 minute drive. And then tomorrow I'm 10 minutes to Bridgeport, getting a ferry line, and then I'll be on Long Island. So alternate option when you come to New York. If you want to spend time in Long Island, you can fly into Connecticut. Luckily for me, Bridgeport is very close. Just takes you right to Port Jefferson. Actually, I'll link to the Port Jefferson videos down below. Yeah, it's not that bad. Breeze went direct from Charleston, so wasn't bad. It was like $90 each way. Can't complain. That's it. That's going to do it for today. We're going to head to breakfast in the morning shortly here. And I may go to the gym and do some walking. All right, see you in the morning. Good morning. And today we're going to do a bunch of things we've never done on this channel. So come along with us, and yeah, we got to get packed up. We got to get our stuff together. Got to get some coffee. And this morning I got up at like the crack of dawn. I went to the gym, and then after the gym I went over to the, what do you call it? I went over to the little lounge where they had free breakfast and got myself some eggs and some sausage. Started the day with a good protein-packed breakfast, and came up here, got showered, had some more coffee, and now I'm going to go get some even more coffee. Let's get our stuffs packed up and let's get on the road. I'd say this room was pretty good for one day. Not bad, not bad. Nice comfortable bed, a nice shower. I think we got everything. I always get nervous that I don't have everything, but I think we do. I think we're good. This is my stuff. So let's head out.
Oh, you're gonna go out of order now too? You go out of order.
Got to break the rules on vacation.
Completely changes the taste of it, right?
Ooh. Okay, it is, what time? 9:30? It's 9:30. We're heading over to Bridgeport, but this is taking me much longer than expected, so let's get on the road. Okay, this is our exit coming up here, heading into Bridgeport.
Use the left lane to take the ramp to Trans.
All right, we are turning left at the light.
At the light, turn left onto Lafayette Street.
Oh, look at that mural. Wow.
Welcome to Bridgeport, Connecticut's most populated city.
Really interesting. Port Jeff has a smokestack like that. I think they have two, actually. I wonder if they were built at the same time. They almost look like the same builder, same style and everything. We're here.
Bridgeport Ferry costs between $70 and $80 for a vehicle to cross.
So when you get to the ferry, they check your ticket and you just get into the lane. So I'm in lane 4. It is after 10, so we're now in line, guaranteed a spot on the ferry. And here we go. I can see cars getting off of the Barnum, them passing, but they're unloading, and then once they're done, they will commence with all of the lanes. I'm not sure if they start at 1 or if they start at 4. It's time. Okay, I think the ferry is done. I see some brake lights on. I think we're gonna start moving here in a second. You see the cars now are heading on. They're doing lane 2 right now. Get them over here. They're at a hold up. There they go. Okay, here we go. Heading on. When we were younger, we used to sit in Port Jefferson at this little diner that's not there anymore. And we'd watch the ferry come in and go out, and they served like a basic breakfast, like a couple of fried eggs or omelet, pancakes. And as a young kid, that was just the coolest thing. Still going. This ferry's been going for 100 years. Whew. All right. Ferry's already underway, so looks like it's pet friendly. A puppy right there. And we're gonna go to the back. Enjoy it. Okay, heading up to the top deck. Oh, it's so nice. Beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful. And then this is us sailing away from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
This is the P.T. Barnum. Yes, that's the circus guy. He was even mayor. This was a major 19th and 20th century industrial capital of Connecticut. It sits right on the Long Island Sound with one of the largest harbors in Connecticut. The Bridgeport-Port Jefferson ferry has been running since 1883, actually longer than 100 years. Crosses Long Island, which is about 20 miles, takes about an hour and 15 minutes.
Got a nice harbor over here. Couple big boats. That one right there is the Park City. Looks like it's maybe decommissioned, but I think it's one of the older ferries. Okay, heading out of the harbor, Bridgeport Harbor.
This is one of the longest ferry running services in the U.S. and offers incredible views of the Long Island Sound, especially at sunrise or sunset.
So the Bridgeport Ferry, it runs between Bridgeport, Connecticut and Port Jefferson. That's the only route it takes, and it's been operating for over 100 years. Wow. You can also walk onto the ferry, or you can drive. Either or. So if you live in Port Jeff and you want to go to Bridgeport for like a concert or something, or maybe you want to go to New Haven or anything like that, Milford, where it came from, you can just walk on and take Ubers 10-15 minutes. Or if you're coming from Connecticut, you can actually park in Bridgeport, go to Port Jeff, stay the night at Danford's, which I've done another video on, and enjoy yourself. You don't have to worry about a car. You just get on the ferry, and right now, let me tell you, the vibes, ferry vibes right now, it's like 80 degrees, partly cloudy, sun is shining. You can't beat this. And we're in the Long Island Sound, right? This is the best. This is quite a day. I grew up fishing in this very body of water. They also have a cocktail lounge here at the front of the boat. So I got myself a Brooklyn Oktoberfest, but they have all these beers here. Beer check. It's 11 o'clock, right? 5 o'clock somewhere. Cheers, dudes. Cheers to you. You can just about see middle ground right over there. It's like a little dot. Can you see it? That's it right there. And I think it is, I don't know if it's a decommissioned lighthouse or like a service station, but there's a little house there and barely even a dock, but lots of fish right around that area. All right, this is the entrance to Port Jefferson Harbor. And then the pink mansion from She-Devil?
The lover, his kids.
I think. Movie. It's a beautiful pink mansion, but it's in Belterre. Beautiful beach right there.
If you want to watch more on Port Jefferson, I'll link my other videos down below, but this is a popular location for tourists and boaters over the summertime. Really charming little village.
Okay, it's back to get on the car now.
Ships may come and ships may go, as long as the cedars roll. Each sailor lad, just like his dad, he loves the flowing bow. Well, it's high, laddie, ho, laddie, swing the capstan round. When the money's gone, it's the same old song. Get up, Jack John, sit down.
Come along, you jolly brave boys. There's lots of grog in the jar. We'll plow the ground.
All right, and just like that, we are in Port Jefferson, New York. And there's Danford's. There's Danford's. Back in a familiar place. There we go. Whew, that worked out as best as it could. First stop is coffee, heading to the nearest coffee spot.
We got a nice latte from Southdown Coffee. Probably the best coffee in Port Jefferson. Keeps the morning going. And we got to meet a golden retriever right there.
Coffee check. We're on the road, heading towards the hometown. All right, it's the next day. Spent some time with the family. Hung out with my buddy. We just kind of hung around the house, watched TV. I'm heading now to a place that I spent many a days at, and that is Cedar Beach, but I'm gonna take you to the best kept secret. We're heading there now. So I've got coffee, delicious cup of coffee with cream. I guess they call that breve. Got to see a dog this morning. Happy golden. Life is good. Let's keep moving. I always say on this channel that I love a good harbor town, and this is why, because I grew up near one, and there's a somewhat of a secluded secret road that's on the backside of the harbor, and there's even at some points whales come in to actually nurse there and for like safety. I don't think we'll see some today, but the backside of the harbor is kind of really a quiet, calm road right against the water. So we're going to try to find that. It's been many years since I've been here, but I used to love driving this way. It's very wooded. Check it out. Wooded road. And you have these oak trees growing over the road here. Should be able to see the water here in a minute. It's there now. You just got a lot of trees through it. Yeah, we're going to see the beautiful, beautiful harbor. Nice old building here. Old house. Historic homes for sure. But this is kind of out of the way of the main drag. Mount Sinai Harbor, also known as Cedar Beach. See the harbor there, it's just gorgeous. See it? See the boats in the distance? A lot of very quiet back of the harbor area. No boats. More of like a marsh. Got a big opening coming up here shortly here. It's called Shore Road. See? Beautiful. Beautiful road here. It's right on the water. Not more than 10 feet and you're in the ocean, in the harbor. Beautiful. See somebody paddleboarding out there? I think people will park here and go paddleboarding. You see that person out there paddling? Like some geese. Beautiful geese. Paddleboarders. Sun is shining. Beautiful day. Oh, they're swans. Sorry, they're not geese. A whole bunch of swans. Crickets going. Yeah, this is the backside of Mount Sinai Harbor. It's just a beautiful scenic drive when you're heading to the beach. Old Post Road and Shore Road is really where it's at. Nice, beautiful modern home built here. Yeah, very nice. Got a pool in there. Gorgeous. All right, we'll start here at the most obvious part of Cedar Beach. What makes this place popular back in the day was fishing and trade. So people would come here, they would go out with their boats, they would catch fish, and then they would sell them as a local trade to some of the owners in the area. And this is also where you can go recreational. You can put your boat in right here. I think you have to have a sticker. This is T. Joe's, and this used to be like the concession stand, and now they've added some amenities. They tried to get the public out to enjoy it. At nighttime they try to have like dancing, and there's to be like a little bit of a pier here, but we used to set up shop right in front of this. It's closed now because the season just goes till like Labor Day, but you can get like cocktails. They have an outside bar, and then there's like a little kind of dock you can walk off of. Not really a dock, but like a walkway. It's run by and then you can see Cedar Beach. So way on the distance over there, you can see like a lip. I don't know if you can zoom in. Yeah, that's Port Jeff. That's where we came in on the ferry the other day. And this is the next public like beach over. It's so clear today. You can see Connecticut straight across the sound. It's about 30 miles, but on a clear day you can see it. The sand is here. They have a mix of sand and rock, but as you can see, people are enjoying this 75-degree sunny day. There's even people swimming. And Cedar Beach is also one of those places that is big for wildlife. Enjoy this beach here. And this is the main part of Cedar Beach where most people come, and it gets more crowded in the summer. But yeah, this is the main part of Cedar Beach. We have a couple more areas to see here. So let's continue on a short little tour of Mount Sinai Harbor. It's really a park for people. If you want to go paddleboarding or boating, you can do that. If you want to sit out on the beach, get some sunshine, sunbathe, you can do that. Bring some lunch with you, pack a cooler, and then they have like a park for kids over there to play on the swings over there. There is also a yacht club here, which is private, and you can pay a membership fee and use the yacht club's facilities. They have a bar and a restaurant, and they also store boats. So that's the Mount Sinai, what is it called? Mount Sinai Yacht Club, I think. Yeah, Mount Sinai Yacht Club. It's just a little private place you can go and network with fellow boaters. And then in the winter, they pull all the boats out. They're getting ready to do that now. Okay, this is Ralph's Fishing Station. This has been here since 1961. You would put your boat in down by the docks that we just came through. Put your boat in, cruise on across the harbor. This is probably like a 3 or 4 minute drive, maybe a 5 or 10 minute boat, and you pull up to the docks and you get fuel. You come up and you get some snacks for fishing, and then now they have an outside patio. You can go, they play music there on the weekends, burgers and chicken tenders, and they also store boats here. So you can see boats on stilts here. They also have like boats right on top of the metal there. Kind of like, you sit outside, have a beer, fries, listen to music. I'm actually going in to get a napkin. I need to wipe. I spilled some coffee in the car. So heading out that way, and you can see people sitting outside now. They got this little ship store. They have like a little bar outside. Have a little marina here. They got gas. See here? Pumps, and then the boats are there. And you can fill up your tank and head out to sea here. For a boater, places like that right on the harbor, it's paradise. It doesn't even need to be prim and proper. It just needs to be there. A little cool breeze coming off the Long Island Sound, and a cold beer and some wings. Life is good. Life is good, my friend. There's also an environmental nature center here. See if we're anywhere close to it. But they have some educational classes, and they try to protect the dunes. Heading over that way now. Got these trails through the dunes. You can see, you go to the left, and then is the environmentals. They do some conservation with marine animals, horseshoe crabs, starfish, and things like that. I also want to point out that this is not a pet-friendly facility. Makes me very upset because it used to be, and they must have changed the ordinance. But I'm going to tell you, pets are not the problem. People are. And it's the people who don't train their dogs. They don't give them obedience, teach them the ways. People make the littering, the messes, and everything. Dogs, not so much. We have some nice benches here you can enjoy. Today is just a perfect day. 73 degrees, sunny. Can't beat this. We are now on the boardwalk at the Environmental Center here at Cedar Beach, Mount Sinai Harbor. And we're just taking a quick walk and looking at all the nature. It's going to tell us about the birds and the different trees. Northern bayberry. These we've had in this area for a long time. They have these little berries, kind of bluish gray. Birds love them. This is the eastern red cedar, pine with berries as well. Also good food for the birds in the area. And they have these nice bird houses and sandy areas. So I didn't know this, but I've seen them. We saw them in North Carolina, but prickly pear cactus found in North America and is Long Island's only native cactus. I have lived here, grew up here my whole life before I moved away. Had no idea that there was a cactus here. It says the waxy yellow flowers are diurnal, blooms a single day in late spring, replaced with fruits. Wow, I've had prickly pear and I love prickly pear. Wow, who knew? Who knew? Birds of Mount Sinai Harbor. Least tern, the herring gull, which is kind of the seagull that you see here, and a song sparrow. They also have the famous local cardinal, piping plover, and a mockingbird. Carolina. The tern is the most beautiful, and the cardinal, of course. Yeah, so the American beach grass here is a part of the environmental system that protects the coastline. And we always say, stay off the dunes, because the dunes to stay nice and high for beach erosion. Anytime there's a storm that comes through here, we hope that the dunes will hold up so that there's no flooding throughout the area and that the peninsula is not washed away. So that's the beach grass and the dunes right there. Stay off the dunes. The nature center's closed, but they have these pools here kind of running, maybe filtering water. Not sure what's happening. Eelgrass restoration project.
Right here.
You got a sea robin swimming in the little pond there. It was much different as a child. The docks were not there, but in the back they had much more like environmental pools with like sand, like sea stars and different types of anemones, and you could play with them. Now you just have a single sea robin. Not a lot of money going into the environment these days. Doesn't seem to be a priority, so money's not going to come to the town here, and they're not going to spend a whole lot on it. Yeah, there used to be school field trips and things to this very spot. Just getting some extra steps in here at Cedar Beach. Already had a 6-mile walk. What's a couple more? All right, and this is the fishing end of Cedar Beach. We are at what they call the mouth. This used to be all beach here, like all the way to the other side where there's beach. But this all used to be sandy beach. It's actually taken a lot of the sand away. This is the mouth of the harbor, what they call it, is where all the boats are coming from the harbor here, and they're heading out to the Long Island Sound. And then if you go to the right, you end up at the Atlantic Ocean. If you go to the left, you end up in New York Harbor. And you can almost see the ferry coming in right now. Can you see it? I don't know. It's right there in the distance. And yeah, that's Port Jeff over there. Big mega mansions straight up on that hill. But this is where people come to fish. And this is the end of the harbor in the beginning. They also have a dock here, which we'll take a look at. There's a fishing pier, and you know, we used to catch fish there. We'd catch snapper and flounder and porgy and things like that right off of the pier. Yeah, so you have a jetty here, keeping erosion at a minimum. Big rock. It says stay off the jetty, and then you have stupid people on the jetty, and stupid people don't follow the rules. You can see everybody fishing. This pier used to be longer than this too, and there was also a lighthouse on the end of the jetty. Yeah, this is a fishing pier. Pretty cool. Also, this is Cedar Beach West, and there's a roundabout here. There's also another parking lot. You can pay the meter, but since it's off season, they don't charge. But there's parking and facilities over there as well if you want to use the more quieter, not so main area. Cedar West. Yeah, and that is Cedar Beach. Quick little tour around a place I spent many a days. Coffee check. Port Jefferson check. We're in the ferry line. Check. Just waiting to load. All right, we were just down there, And I mentioned that I've always used to come in and have breakfast here, and the place that I ate was right there, that Ferry building. They used to do breakfast, and it was really fun to watch the boat like drive away. It was awesome. But you can see from up here, you can see all the lanes. I thought I was in the wrong lane, but I think it's kind of a mismatch, because like one is really in lane 2, 2 is in lane 3, 3 is in 3, 3 is in 4, and 4 is in 5, and then 5 is the first lane, which is very strange. But I did it right. Nobody yelled at me. And we're about to set sail. They're still loading the cars, because you can see the front is open. Smelling some fried foods from across the street, I think. But Danford's is right there, and you can see it from a good vantage point here. Pretty awesome. Or maybe it's their food. Something fried. Greasy fried foods. I've taken many pictures from that faux lighthouse. Then from here you can see Danford's Marina, which is a part of the hotel. Usually we stay up in the captain's building over there on the 2nd or 3rd floor. And this is where we walk with Ellie. We walk all the way down the dog park. I think next time I'm going to try to go further, but I don't know how far you can go. And then Danford's Marina has really nice yachts parked here, a lot of bigger boats and living quarters, things like that. A lot of people just stop here for, their trip up through New England. And away we go.
My time on the island was short-lived, but worth every moment. There's something about leaving a harbor, watching the shore get smaller, feeling the distance grow. Home is always a place where you were once grounded. It gives you roots, but roots are not chains. They're what let you grow outward, explore, and still know where you came from. This detour I took wasn't about avoiding the expensive flights or crowded airports. It was about rediscovering places I thought I already knew. And right now, heading back to Connecticut across the Sound, I can feel it. The best part of the journey is waiting for me on the other side of this water. The best journeys aren't about destinations. They're about what happens in between.
That boat is absolutely gorgeous. I could fit like 20 people on board. It's huge. Yeah. Even the one next to it is huge.
The ferry is currently turning around, and then we're going to head straight over north to Connecticut.
Oh, we could fly. Oh, we could fly.
Yeah, I'm an animal. Give me a color, give me a leash. They tell me I'm in trouble, but I'm begging, give me a treat. So sweet.
Okay, we're heading out to sea, and we are headed straight across the Sound right there. We're just at the mouth of the harbor, and it looks pretty close to the shore, but believe me, it's been trenched for years and years and years. A lot of people bring their boats here in the summer. They beach up and hang out on the sand. A little bit of secluded area here. Yeah, it's right in there. And you can walk the beach here. There's a buoy just over there. I think it's buoy 11, and it's a really great fishing spot. looks like this one is packed to the limit here. Also, we were on the Barnum originally. This is the Grand Republic. I think this might be the biggest one. I'm just guessing, but yeah, you can see the little fire axe there. Couldn't get much better. The weather today just is perfect. Just freaking perfect. Nice cold beer, cool breeze, hot sun. So this layout is a little bit different than the Barnum, but they also have a snack bar where you can get food and drinks and candy bars and pretty much anything to keep you full for the hour-and-a-half ride. See here, you got hummus, they got protein drinks, sandwiches, french fries. They even have breakfast, bacon, egg, and cheese. Snickers, Reese's Pieces, they got croissants. We're now coming into Bridgeport, and you can see the power plant in the distance, and you can see the processing plants in the distance. We're almost there. Coming into Bridgeport, just about to enter the harbor, and we've made it to the other side. I think we have one more stop here on this trip where we covered a lot of ground, but we're not done yet, and we have to be at the airport at like 3:30, drop off the car and get ready to fly home. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit of nerves that happen, and when you go onto the ship, it was worse coming here. The guy was very kind of obnoxious the way he was directing traffic, but this time was a little bit better. But yeah, it's kind of off-putting, like when you realize you're kind of going backwards right now, and it's the boat's actually swinging around because we're faced towards Port Jefferson right now. So the boat is doing like a 180, and then we will drive right off this bad boy. Yeah, this was really cool. This is a challenging trip for me to come for 3 days, but it was the first time on this channel going on a ferry with a car, and not the first time I've been on this ferry. I used to go on this ferry for ski trips. Cuts off about an hour and a half of a drive driving up to Vermont and New Hampshire. So this is a great way to get up to the mountains. You could literally fly into Islip Airport, rent a car, and drive to New Hampshire for fall, and check out all the foliage, get some pumpkin spice lattes and cider donuts. Yeah, it's this is a trip in the making right here. You could definitely take advantage of all of those things, especially flying in Breeze, very cheap. Flying into New York, you can get like an attraction. This is kind of an attraction just in itself, going on the ferry. So yeah, about $70 each way, and if you're just gonna take it as a pedestrian, I think it's only $20. We're gonna be walking around the Yale campus, checking out a couple of the sites, and then we're back on the road to the airport. Let's do it. Is the Yale Bulldog. This reminds me of Gilmore Girls, where they, I think there's one on the campus, but this one is just sitting here on a bench. You can take a selfie with them. So I'm gonna do that now. is Christ Church, beautiful Gothic church, and just passing by on our way to our first stop. All right, well, we're passing an Apple store, but I also see the Yale bookstore, so let's see if we can get myself a t-shirt. Okay, we're walking on the campus of Yale right now. These look like dorms. Right outside the dorm, there's a restaurant and a nice sculpture of circles. Looks symmetrical to me. Totally reminds me of Gilmore Girls when I think of this campus. Look how beautiful that building is. Wow. Extraordinary. This is me going to Yale University. Not actually going there, but actually going there. Probably in another universe I would be here. A beautiful, beautiful school. Every building has this like wow factor. Gothic, huge like grand entrances. A law building. And then this looks like a church of some kind. Like a Hogwarts church. Looks like I'm at some kind of four corners. I'm gonna walk around some more, but I think this is the building that I'm planning to go into. Well, let's see if we can get in there. It's supposed to be extraordinary. I'm outside this courtyard here. I almost feel like I'm in Washington, D.C. now. That's so cool. Beautiful flag and some columns. It's gorgeous. Wow. That's amazing. This is like really stunning. Wow. The rare book library. Look at this view from here. So all of the windows are a white marble and they barely let light through. But as you can see, there is some light coming through and it is just really fantastic. This is a real treat to be in here and seeing these books. It is absolutely stunning. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of books and they go all the way around. Okay, so a little bit about this Beinecke Rare Book Manuscript Library. It's one of the largest buildings dedicated to entirely rare books. Like I said before, the walls are made of translucent marble panels that glow with the sunlight, and it's home to treasures like the Gutenberg Bible and mysterious Voynich manuscript. I don't know if it's on display, but let's see if we can find it. A Gutenberg Bible. It feels very like a dream being in here, to be honest. Like, I don't feel like I'm on Earth, really. Never seen a building like this before in my life. But look at these books. This is a bookworm's dream, for sure. Oh my God. Here's the Gutenberg Bible in the Hayakamanto Dorani. You have got to be kidding me. What?
This is one of the most valuable books in the entire world. A Gutenberg Bible from 1455. One of the first books ever printed with movable type. Standing here looking at the pages that are nearly 600 years old. It puts it in perspective.
Okay, this is absolutely incredible. Can't read any of it.
It is written in Latin.
But wow.
This Gutenberg Bible is worth between $25 and $35 million.
So this Bible was printed in the 1400s, 1450s. This is absolutely incredible. Wow. I am so blown away and inspired just by seeing this behind glass. And then there's also a scroll here, a Japanese scroll.
I didn't know about this, but it's one of the oldest surviving printed documents of the world. From 770, over 1,250 years old. We are currently looking at one of the most significant artifacts in entire printing history.
It looks as though a lot of these books have like bookmarks in them. So I wonder if they are all kind of bookmarked for certain information. Doesn't look like there's any guides around here, but wow, that's something. That's really something else. Can't even really see what some of the names are. The little white birds. Little white bird. Wow. And there's a door right here. If you had a card, you could get in. Window in Thrums. Diary of our own Samuel Pepys. Lady Cynthia Esquith. Nothing I know. Way too rare for something I would know. Oh, wow. Look at these. These are really old looking. Wow. There's even more books down there on the first floor. And they look huge.
I think the universe has a way of guiding you when you're open to it. I wasn't supposed to be here, but here I am. Sometimes the best moments come when you stop forcing the plan and just go with the flow.
Okay, I think I could be here all day, but I've got to keep going. This was a very unexpected find here on the Yale campus. Wow. Stunning. Simply stunning. That was absolutely stunning. Never expected to see that today, but wow, what a freaking library. Rare book library. Unreal. All right, we're going to the Sterling Library here, and we're just walking around the campus here, so don't mind me. Everywhere you look here is just absolutely freaking stunning. What? Imagine this place in fall. Wow, that is amazing. This is making my Gainesville video of the campus look like child's play. Wow. The buildings are still pretty gothic like that, but these are just on another level. Got a nice little fountain here. Very modern looking. Okay, heading in a Hogwarts looking building. Thank you. Whoa.
Just when you thought it couldn't get more impressive.
This is a freaking library. What?
Sometimes the universe just keeps delivering when you're open to it.
Got these little reading alcoves. You can go and study here, I guess. Wow.
This library opened in 1931.
What the heck? And look at this in front of me.
This library has intricate stone carving, stained glass windows, and vaulted ceilings throughout. The tower outside rises 15 stories.
I mean, this certainly was a church at some point, right? Wow.
This happens to be one of the most photographed buildings at Yale, and honestly, I can completely understand why. The lighting, the stained glass windows, wow.
Look at this. Looks like a confession now turned into offices. Imagine working there. So amazing. Yeah, I feel like I'm in the middle of a European city right now. Absolutely amazing. Oh boy. There are like basically Gothic ceilings here with like these amazing looking lanterns. Look at these lanterns. What the heck? Look at these lanterns. Are these original? And then these like flying buttresses type thing. Oh, so dramatic. And there's also a really nice courtyard out here. A really great place to study. I would spend all my time here, I think, reading books. Wow. Completely inspiring. Wow. And these alcoves and the lights. Look at these lights here. What? So dramatic. Oh, goodness. Boy, oh boy. I don't really have the time to deeply explore this campus, but we're gonna do a little bit more and then we've got to head out of town here. This was a very unexpected, even though I whispered through most of it, very unexpected trip to Yale before the airport. I mean, if you're in the area, New Haven, gosh, get a pizza, walk around, check out the campus. Look at this place. It is absolutely a gorgeous freaking campus. There's like chapel buildings everywhere. Probably not even chapels. God. Awesome, just awesome. We're at another landmark here on Yale campus, and this is the Harkness Tower. Check it out. This looks like something straight out of medieval England, not gonna lie. Look at the beautiful entrance and all of the very dramatic brickwork all over the place. Wow. It's got some bells at the top. I don't think you can visit, but here's some drum practice here. It's like music practice in the courtyard. They got a cello, saxophone. It's really an inspiring campus. Everywhere you look, there's just gorgeous trees. And I think this would be a really cool place to study. You could really be inspired walking around here. That's going to conclude my little trip, quick, brief trip around Yale University. One of the most beautiful campuses I've ever set foot on. I'm sorry, University of Florida. I still love you, #1. But in terms of visuals, this one takes the cake. And I think you probably modeled your campus off of this one because it looks awfully familiar. Probably put up around the same time. It was a quick weekend. That's going to do it for our trip to Yale, Long Island, the Ferry. As you can see, I'm glossy, but had a great time. Hope you did too. If you did, give that video a thumbs up. And if you're interested in other great cities, check out some of these other videos that I'm going to put up right now. Thanks for watching. Bye, dudes.